There's no speed limit in the superfluid universe according to new research. Researchers found the reason for the absence of the speed limit: exotic particles that stick to all surfaces in the superfluid. Physicists from Lancaster University of the UK established why objects moving through superfluid helium-3 lack a speed limit in a continuation of earlier Lancaster research. This is astonishing fact. Helium-3 is a rare isotope of helium in which one neutron is missing. It becomes superfluid at extremely low temperatures, enabling unusual properties such as lack of friction for moving objects. It was thought that the speed of objects moving through superfluid helium-3 was fundamentally limited to the critical Landau velocity, and that exceeding this speed limit would destroy the superfluid. Prior experiments in Lancaster found that it's not a strict rule, and objects can move at much greater speeds without destroying the fragile superfluid state. Now scientists from Lancaster University found the reason for the absence of the speed limit. It's exotic particles that stick to all surfaces in the superfluid. The discovery may guide applications in quantum technology, even quantum computing, where multiple research groups already aim to make use of these unusual particles. To shake the bound particles into sight, the researchers cooled superfluid helium-3 to within 1/10,000th of a degree from absolute zero, that's minus 273.15 degrees Celsius. They then moved a wire through the superfluid at a high speed and measured how much force was needed to move the wire. Apart from an extremely small force related to moving the bound particles around when the wire starts to move, the measured force was zero. Lead author Dr. Samouli Aoutui said superfluid helium-3 feels like vacuum to a rod moving through it. Although it's a relatively dense liquid, there is no resistance, none at all. I find this very intriguing. PhD student Ash Jennings said, by making the rod change its direction of motion, we were able to conduct that the rod will be hidden from the superfluid by the bound particles covering it, even when its speed is very high. The bound particles initially need to move around to achieve this, and that exerts a tiny force on the rod, but once this is done, the force just completely disappears. This is what Dr. Dimitri Zmeev, who supervised the project, explains. The Lancaster researchers include Samouli Aoutui, Sean Alstrom, Richard Haley, Ash Jennings, George Pickett, Malcolm Poole, Roch Shannon, Victor Tsepelin, Jacob Vonka, Tom Wilcox, Andrew Woods, and Dimitri Zmeev. And the results are published in Nature Communications. This is from Lancaster University on Blended Reality. So that is an absolutely astonishing, unbelievably very important thing having to do with space travel. Helium-3. Now they don't say what these exotic particles that stick to the surface in the superfluid are, but this is astonishing. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.